Thank you for these very good and inspiring 4 presentations. I think that for those who were not with us on a workshop in June, we already started this discussion on excellence and the quality beyond excellence and what we can do about it. So I would start with this excellence as it is defined today. We heard this morning that the JRC director said that this is a wrong definition of excellence and that we are obsessed with numbers. Later we heard in Jeroen's presentation the same. We saw these numbers and percentages that make or don't make any sense. And in that sense, we can say we have all experienced it, that, for instance, journal impact factors, university rankings, citation counts are very good examples of these qualitative indicators that are quantitative indicators that are still very much used for assessing the quality of researchers and of science of research. However, not all kinds of scientific practice are equally suited for quantitative expression of quality. And although many of us know it, we still see both in, maybe in JRC it might be different, but what about the European Research Council, for instance, and some funding agencies and organizations throughout Europe? We saw in Britain also this REF, where the research funding is allocated, they say, according to a formula. So what is the formula to assess research? And of course, it was seen in the UK that life and physical sciences typically score higher overall than humanities and social sciences. On overall grade point average, which means that social sciences usually get less funds for the research, and also European Research Council gives a very small percentage of funding to social sciences and humanities. Also, when we talk about bibliometrics and the impact factor, we saw lately that there are many scholars and researchers who boycotted Elsevier, for example, or boycott of high impact factor journals. Sheckman, Nobel Prize winner from 2013, who said, "I have published in the big brands, including papers that won me a Nobel Prize, but no longer. Science must break the tyranny of luxury journals." Of course, he can say it now and he can stop publishing when he is a Nobel Prize winner. So I think we can discuss this excellence and how it can be rephrased and what's the quality, or if the quality is different. But at the end of the day, when we come back to our universities or institutes, we will continue writing, publishing, and trying to have a high number of citations or whatever. And when I talk about citations, I will mention the research impact. So the LSE Public Policy Group divides it into academic impact and external impact. An academic impact is when research influences actors in the academia or universities. Thinking of that, I'm also thinking of, for instance, some new tools such as Google Scholar or academia.edu or ResearchGate, where we all see, for instance, what is our age index, what is the number of citations, how many people saw our profile, how many times our paper was read. So it's all, again, in the numbers. When it comes to the external impact, we can think of the science impacting policy sphere. And so we saw a couple of days ago what happened in the UK. The universities are now restricted to use public money to lobby the government. It is said that they would lobby the government, but it is academic research contributing to policy-making processes is not really lobbying, I would say. But the academia now cannot really influence policy sphere or cannot get money for such research. Yeah, I'm finishing. There are really lots of topics related to this that could be mentioned, as we already heard. There is also the issue of a journal name, of a peer review system, which is in crisis. There was a San Francisco declaration from 2012 pressing need to improve the ways in which the output is evaluated to eliminate the journal-based metric. So I have a couple of questions. First of all, if we could redefine the excellence in terms of responsible research and innovation, or the quality at least, or should we substitute the excellence with responsibility? Also, another question is who should decide on what excellence is? Should it really be left to policymakers or scientists, or together deciding on it? Also, we can think of the purpose of social science research connected to the Japan cutting down the social sciences and humanities, closing the departments at the universities, so that they offer a more practical vocational education that better anticipates the needs of the society. So what does that mean? Does it mean that we should forget about social sciences and focus only on technology and adopt completely Morozov solutionism? So yeah, these are some of the questions. And